Hi guys, I'm going to show you how to make my most requested, most popular food item that I take everywhere I go, and that is my sourdough focaccia. So to start, you're going to need an active sourdough starter. We're going to get started with a large bowl, and to that we're going to add that's half a cup of active sourdough starter, 2 cups of water, to mix that well, 4 cups of this flour. About 3 tablespoons of olive oil, give or take. We're going to add 2.5 teaspoons of salt. This is so simple, this recipe. Now we're just going to mix everything together. Now we're going to cover it and let it rest for about 30 minutes. And then I'm going to show you how we stretch and fold the dough. What we're going to do is our first stretch and fold. Now you're going to repeat this about 8 times in 20-minute intervals. So you need a wet hand. So you're going to take it, stretch it, and fold. Then you're going to rotate, stretch it, and fold. Stretch and fold. Stretch and fold. Okay, this is how it's going to look after the first stretch and fold. We're going to cover it, let it rest for 20 minutes, come back to it, and then we're going to repeat that. Okay, so I'm only going to fold this one more time. Ideally, we want to fold it between 6 and 8 times, but I don't have the time for that right now. So I'm just going to do it about 3 to 4 times max. And I'm kind of rushing the process. Look how much firmer the dough is already. I'm going to take some olive oil, and we're just going to put it around. I like to use a lot of olive oil. Cover it. And you're going to leave it somewhere relatively warm. I'm going to take a dish rag and just cover it. So now we're going to let it just rise and double in size overnight. I'll be back tomorrow morning to show you the rest of the steps. So the next morning, this is what the focaccia should look like. These are all gas bubbles. So you're going to take a 9 by 13 baking dish to line it with parchment paper, bunch of olive oil on here. And I'm going to do one more fold. Yes, the gas bubbles come out, but you need not worry. You're going to let this sit on your counter for another 2-3 hours, depending on how warm it is in your home. Wrap on top and a dish towel. We're going to set it somewhere warm once again. Preheat the oven to 425. And after a few hours, this is how fluffy and puffed up it should look. And we're just going to put salt on top. Try not to get all the gas out. So I'm using salted grass-fed butter, and yes, it's going to be a lot of butter. 4 large cloves of garlic. So we are going to melt it in a small pot. That's about 1/4 of a cup of butter, I would say. So I've added in the garlic, and I'm just ever so lightly cooking it. You don't want to overcook this. You don't want to brown the garlic at all. I'm going to put the butter on. I'm going to try to do this with one hand, but you know, might be challenging. I just don't want to cook too much because look at that. Oh my goodness. It is so crispy. It's just perfection.